Hi folks, in this video we are documenting Mephmosa from Mephisto Genetics, a cross between Mimosa and Double Grape. We start germination using the paper towel method and then transplant into a nursery sleeve filled with build-a-soil light and water it in. This is why I like the nursery sleeves. When the roots start poking out of the bottom, it's time to transplant. Transplanting is extremely easy. Just dig a hole and plop it in. Make sure to fill in the space around the bag and water it in. On day 14, we check in to see how it's taking to its new environment. This plant isn't happy. It looks like a pest issue, so we hit it with some spinosad. By day 21, I'm thinking it's a root zone issue. This specific pot has been an issue for several grows and is a little over 2 years old. Somehow there's a damn ant colony in there. I guess that came from a batch of worms or something. Whatever it is, we aren't giving up on the plant and do some leaf tucking. Day 28 and the issues persist. At this point, I'm starting to think it could be tobacco mosaic virus. But I've been careless with leaf tucking and there doesn't seem to be any cross-contamination with the plants directly by it. If it was TMV, I would assume some more stunted growth, but it's keeping up with the others. But I could be wrong. I don't have any other space for this plant, so we're just going to let it ride and see what happens. Day 35 and still showing signs of potential TMV. New growth is a little twisted and those lower leaves are still goofy. Surprisingly, the middle of the plant looks decent though. But it's time to do some LST to open up the canopy a little bit. We use some green wire to bend the main stem towards the center of the light. After we are done, you can see how much more light this plant can take in. All of those branches will pop up within the next 24 hours. Day 42, those splotchy leaves seem to be more signs of tobacco mosaic virus. I talked to some other testers that mentioned their Mephmosa plants are nutrient and light sensitive. During this time, a fungus gnat issue started to emerge, so we hit it with some more spinosad. Maybe the root zone is just compromised and needs a reset. The lower leaves are bad, but don't seem to be progressing too quickly. On day 49, we chopped the cover crop and watered with build-a-bloom, worm castings, and peach ferment. Overall, the plant is looking decent while pushing into flower. Some yellowing tips, but that's the least of our worries considering whatever is going on in the root zone. Most of the yellowing is towards the center and top of the plant. It could be a light intensity and nutrient transportation issue caused in the root zone. Probably should have chopped a couple more of those lowers. They won't produce much, but we can keep an eye on the progress of the health of the plant. Day 56, it seems like the worm castings and peach ferment could have had a positive impact. The yellowing progressed a little bit, but the plant looks a little more vibrant. It's almost like the plant was sick and just needed a little medicine to kick it into gear. The peach ferment and worm castings added some beneficial bacteria, something that is crucial for nutrient uptake in organic soil. This pot dried out pretty badly a few months ago. Maybe it just needed to start building its mycorrhizal network back up. And good thing, because it's just in time for those flowers to really start bulking up. Day 63. Look at this thing. What a comeback. I honestly thought this thing was going to herm and end up all scraggly. But it's turned around and started to fade instead of just straight up dying like I thought it would. The pistils are starting to mature and get ready for its final push into flower. Whatever the issue was didn't spread to the additional plants and stayed localized. Day 70. It's a little rough around the edges, but the flowers are really starting to put on a show. I've had to start holding up some branches with rope. The flowers aren't huge, but fairly dense. The added stress early may have actually turned out for the better. The terps have turned up a notch lately. The structure of the trichomes on this plant is beautiful, something that the double grape brings to the table. The large nodule head should be good for rosin. Day 74, chop day. We actually made it to the finish line. First, we take a look before removing all the fan leaves. From this view, it almost looks like it didn't have as many issues as it did. A lot of other people would have removed those leaves to try to hide the issues, but I'm here to show the entire grow. After we remove the fan leaves, we can get a good look at the size of the flowers. Honestly, I could have pushed this plant probably a week more, but I'm not mad at all. It smells of a citrusy blend with a grape, almost Cabernet aroma. The citrus isn't sharp, but almost creamy. Final weight after dry was 142 grams with a bit of room to grow if we let it ride a little longer. Not all grows are going to be perfect, and sometimes it's hard to lock down exactly what's happening in organic with so many variables. But even a subpar grow can have a good end result if you never give up. Just like this little plant, we will keep pushing forward for a better tomorrow. Be good to yourself. You deserve it.